It's another edition of Time About the Movies. We're looking at the movies of March 8th, 1991. We were going to have 7 movies, but unfortunately I couldn't find anything for Open Doors, so we're not going to be able to look at that movie. So hopefully, maybe for the 1991 leftovers, if a trailer gets put up online or something, I'll definitely look at that one, but nothing on there right now. But we do have 6 movies to look at. We have a lot of movies to get to, so let's go ahead and get right to it. Let's start with the biggest new release of the weekend, and probably the best of the new releases that came out this weekend, and honestly, one of the best movies of the year. It is Wesley Snipes, Ice-T, Mario Van Peebles, and Judd Nelson in the crime thriller New Jack City. Such a phenomenal movie, man. This is not only one of the best movies of the year, one of the best movies of the decade, and really the first great crime thriller of the 90s. And the 90s had a lot of really good crime thrillers, and a lot of good contemporary crime thrillers that really have stood the test of time and have become classic movies in their own rights. Wesley Snipes is very good in this movie, so is Ice-T. Mario Van Peebles is a great actor in this movie, as well as showing off his directing abilities. Chris Rock has a good good scenes in this movie. Bill Cobbs is very good. Judd Nelson, just a great Ice-T, just a great cast overall, and just a great story to tell. It's very realistic. It doesn't feel like feeling like it has to be a crowd pleaser or anything. It just shows you the cold, hard, honest truth about life sometimes, and it's just a great movie. It just works on so many levels. These characters are so well written. The scenarios are very much this whole movie just really has stood the test of time. And really, it doesn't feel like a movie that dates itself at all. It's a movie that feels like you could watch this nowadays, and it would feel like something that probably would happen right now. But I mean, it's a really good, well-made movie. I can't really talk more about this movie because I think everybody pretty much knows that this is a really great film. And like I said, it's one of the best movies of the decade and easily one of the best movies of the year. So yeah, that's my very quick review of New Jack City. Because really, do I really need to say anything more about how good this movie is? It's a really good film. So really great film, I should say. So let's go ahead and move on to the next movie, and that is the comedy The Hard Way with James Woods and Michael J. Fox. Another really good movie that came out this weekend. It was this is John Badham, who had previously directed Bird on a Wire the year before, but I think this movie is definitely a lot better. It's a much funnier movie, and it works mostly because of what they do with the typical buddy cop formula. It's great to see James Woods and Michael J. Fox work off each other. They have a lot of really good funny moments in here. Stephen Lang is very good playing the bad guy in this. There's also a great cast that includes Annabelle Sciorra, John Capodice, I think I pronounced that right, Capodice, Delroy Lindo, Luis Guzman, LL Cool J, Catherine the Jimmy, Bill Cobbs again in this, Penny Marshall, Christina Ricci's in this movie. It's just a great cast overall, and it really does work because of the great of what John Badham can do as a director. The stunts and the special effects in here are very well done. The comedy is very good. The action and comedy elements work and blend together so well. And again, it works because the chemistry between Woods and Michael J. Fox works so well. It's a very good, well-made film. It gets very formulaic, but it also has a smart script to it that makes fun of Hollywood, and also, again, like I said, works because of the chemistry between Fox and Woods. They're both very good in this movie. It's just a great film overall. It's a really good film that maybe a lot of people haven't really talked about all that much or heard about really, but you should definitely check it out. The Hard Way. You could probably find it in they have a Michael J. Fox DVD collection with like 4 different movies that he was in during the 90s, and this is one of those movies. If you can't find it there, I'm sure you can find it on Blu-ray or even on streaming. I'd say definitely check it out if you're looking for a good, fun 90s action comedy. This is definitely one that will work in your favor, The Hard Way. So, let's go ahead and move on to the next movie, and that is American Ninja 4, The Annihilation. Really, that's all you need to know. It's another American Ninja movie, except this time it's got not just Michael Dudikoff, but also David Bradley. So, I mean, it's a Canon Films movie. It's an American Ninja movie. What more do I even need to say about it? You're going in there knowing what you're going in for, and you do get what you see. It's not very good story wise. It's not very good for the most part acting wise, but it is good. It is a fun martial arts action film. But yeah, like I said, it's Canon Films. What do you expect? So that's a real quick review for you. So let's go ahead and move on to the next movie, a far different movie than American Ninja 4, and that is Closet Land. Yeah, here's another one of those examples of a movie that has some good intentions to it, kind of has a good idea of what they want to say, but just the execution doesn't really work. And it's the same, too, because you've got two very good actors here, Madeline Stowe and Alan Rickman, and they're working their asses off to make this work, and they're really the best thing about this movie, but yeah, they really missed the mark of what they were trying to do here. This is basically just watching a police is an interrogator just egging this woman on to admit to something that she didn't do or claims to have not have done, and just it's not interesting to watch at all because there's no real motivation to it, and even for a movie that barely hits 90 minutes long, it drags on and on and on, and you just never feel like you're getting any closure out of it. It's just one of those things where it's just like the intentions are there, the ideas are there, just the execution just doesn't work out well at all. This needed another fresh rewrite. This is a script that really could have been a whole lot better if they had just gone through another rewrite of it, and it was just like, yeah, it just doesn't work at all. It's a shame, too, because, like I said, Madeline Stowe and Alan Rickman really try their best to make this work, but sadly, it just can't get past a really lackluster script or a motivation of what the purpose of the whole movie's existence is supposed to be. But, I mean, in a way, it kind of influenced the ideas of Unbroken, because I think Unbroken did this idea a lot better, I would say, but, yeah, granted, they're two different movies, but I think Unbroken has sort of the similar ideas of what this movie was trying to be, but yeah, it's a shame that it doesn't work because they wasted two really good performances by Madeline Stowe and Alan Rickman. They just needed a better script to work off of. So, that's Closet Land. So let's go ahead and move on to the next movie, and that is Nikita. So this is La Femme Nikita. This is also the movie that launched Luc Besson into the American film zeitgeist. He would later go on to do films such as Leon the Professional, and of course The Fifth Element, Lucy. The series would also lead into two different spin-off TV series: the USA show from the '90s with Peter Wilson, and then the far superior CW show, which had Maggie Q in it. And there was also a remake, Point of No Return, with Bridget Fonda, which came out a couple years after this movie was released in America. Here you have Anne Parallode, who would later be seen in Innocent Blood. And, for a movie, for her being 62 years old by now, she's a pretty good-looking woman, I'm not gonna lie, but she hasn't really done any movies in 10 years, which is a shame, because in this movie, she's really good. And I've seen her in other movies. I've seen Innocent Blood, which is a very underrated John Landis movie. Yeah, she's very good, and she's very good in this movie. This is a fun movie. This is a great movie overall. I've criticized Luc Besson in the past. I really have not liked his most recent stuff. Like, I really hate Lucy. It's one of my least favorite movies of all time. I think it is my worst movie of all time. And I really didn't like Valerian. I haven't liked any of his movies recently, but the guy has made some good movies. So this is definitely one of his best movies, in my opinion. And it's a great action movie. It's a great thriller movie. The actors are doing very good jobs in this. The script is very good. The cinematography is very good. The directing is very good. It's a very good movie. It's a really good, fun action movie. And as much as I hate Luc Besson's recent work, I'm still gonna like this movie. This original movie, La Femme Nikita. It's a very good movie. And I like the TV. I really like the Maggie Q TV series more than I do the USA show from the '90s. But yeah. So that's my thoughts on Nikita and the franchise itself. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the last movie, and that is Judo. Nominated for the Oscar for Best Foreign Language Film in 1990. This finally came to America through Miramax Films. It was actually banned from China for a few years, but the ban has been lifted, and the Chinese government gave it permission for its release in actually a year after it came out here in America. And I mean, that's pretty much all I've got here. I mean, I haven't seen this movie. I can't really comment on it, but it did come out this weekend. I wanted to acknowledge it. It does look pretty good. This is directed by Zhang Yimou, who also did House of Flying Dragon, House of Flying Daggers. Sorry, he did House of Flying Daggers. He also did Hero, which is one of the great martial arts movies of recent memory. But then he also did The Great Wall with Matt Damon. So yeah, I don't know. He's a mixed bag director from the stuff that I've seen from him, but more stuff I've liked from him than stuff I didn't like. So this has a chance to be somewhat good. To be good, I think it's pretty good. I mean, I would think it's going to be pretty good, I should say. So yeah, I'll definitely check it out at some point. But I'm not going to rush out to see it. But I wanted to acknowledge that it existed and came out this day. So yeah, that's Judo for you. And on that note, we leave with another episode of Time About the Movies in the Books. Next time around, yes, I literally tried to save that. So anyway, next time around, we will head into the middle of March '91 with 7 movies, including Class Action with Gene Hackman and Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, The Perfect Weapon, Guilty by Suspicion, If Looks Could Kill, True Colors, The Comfort of Strangers, and Robot Carnival. So hopefully we'll look at all 7 movies this time around, and we'll do that on the next episode. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, if you want to see more videos like this, check out the playlist on the next page, check out the previous episode, hit the like and subscribe button, you know the deal by now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another new episode. So thank you for watching, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and until then, as always, take care.